It is a game that has stood the test of time, despite many lulls and decreases in popularity. Bowling is a sport that brings people together and continues to prevail in today's society, despite the fact that it has faced many, many obstacles. I'm Jackson Helen, and I've been an involved bowler now for 5 years, and I've seen many of these changes, so now I would like to inform all of you about them. Bowling started off as a small informal game, then rose to one of fame and fortune, to now where it stands today. In this speech, I'll be covering topics of the origins of bowling, the golden era, and now where it stands in the modern day. First, I will discuss now the origins of bowling. It first began more as a collection of pieces rather than as an actual game. They were discovered in an Egyptian tomb dating all the way back to like 3200 BC. From there, it migrated from Egypt over into Europe, and according to the website for the International Bowling Museum and Hall of Fame, last access September 26, 2016, bowling was even popular during the reign of King Henry VIII. While it was popular in England, it eventually did make its way to America through settlers from England, Germany, and the Netherlands. Once it reached America here, it began to reach a peak in popularity, which they now is referred to as the Golden Era. The Golden Era of bowling is referred to as the time period between 1940 to 1970. At this point in time, popularity for the sport was at its highest of all time. It attracted many, many different crowds. So there wasn't just people from the higher upper classes bowling, there's also the lower classes, the middle class, anyone you can think of. But in addition to this, there were the tournaments that were held in bowling held the largest prize funds of any other sport, basically, adjusted for inflation. A March 21st, 2014 article on Priceonomics website says that Harry Smith, the top bowler in 1963, made more money than MLB MVP Sandy Koufax and NFL MVP Y.A. Tittle combined. But since this golden age, the sport of bowling has changed and morphed into a little bit slightly different place in society. Bowling in the modern day now, it really does not quite have the same relevance as it once had in the golden age. Number of bowling centers around in the U.S. and around the world for that matter have dropped, as well as those participating in leagues. According to an article from the USA Today website from May 10th, 2015, bowling leagues themselves used to generate about 70% of the revenues that a bowling center would gain, and now they only bring in 40%. Well, popularity now has started to come back up on the rise because of an intro of a new style, the two-handed style. It is starting to inspire young bowlers to pick up the sport again, in which they may not have previously. The number one pro bowler in the world actually uses this style, along with many, many others. From this now, bowling has started to rebound despite its fall from grace. So I covered in this speech where bowling came from, so specifically the origins of bowling, or how it's evolved from a small informal game to one of fame and fortune to one where it stands in the modern day. I covered the origins of bowling, the golden age, as well as where it stands today. But now with this new revival in the sport, it should proceed to live on.